another lesson. Today we are going to learn how to work with pages in inDesign. We want to know more about pages. So now let's go ahead and add some documents. So let's go to create new, and let's turn off facing pages over here, and let's choose, we want to set the page to magazine type, so you will choose A4. And now let's add more pages. So number of pages, let's add 8 pages. Then you can add some of the bleed, or let's leave the rest like that. Let's add 2 columns, 3 columns, and let's click on OK. Now in our other lesson, I told you that when you want to change the units, if you saw it was in our units was in pixel. Now we want to change it to inches. We can click here and then change it to, click on inches to change it to inches. You can also right click here and then left click over here to change it to inches. Now what if you want to change all at the same time and not right clicking here and changing, and right clicking over here and also changing? What you will do is that you will come over here to the bottom over here, and then the corner over here, and right click and change it to inches. So now they both change. Okay, so that's one way of changing your increments and units. Now what we also want to look at is, I will change my page to essential so that it can be the same as yours. So let me reset the essentials. So after resetting, now the page will be the same as yours. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to come over to Windows and then come and click on controls. Let's add the controls. So the controls appears at the top over here, so that we know what we are doing. So now we have the CC library. It's not going to be needed. So if it's not going to be needed, just right click and then we close the panel, because we won't use it that much. You'll be using properties and pages. Okay, so now I want us to look at something over here. We have the pages over here because we said we are working with pages, and as you can see, we have 8 pages over here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 over here. We can look at it over here, or we can come down to the bottom over here, and also we can see the pages numbered 1 to 8, and we can double click to go to any page that we want. Can double click. Now you see that we are let's say we are in page 4 right now. So anytime we do that double click, it takes us straight to the page. Now we are in page 6, and when we come down here, you can see that we are in page 6. So it selects over, it highlights over here. And now we can also use this button to go to the next pages, use this to go to the other pages, and you can use this to go to the first page, use this to go to the last page. So that's something we have to look at it very well. Now errors over here, you should look at it very well, because it shows you the errors in your document. Now it says no errors, so meaning there are no errors in the document. We haven't put in anything on it though, so it shows that there are no errors in it. Now in other lessons, when we wanted to change the document setup, we go to file and then go to document setup, and then we can change the document over here. If it is A4, we can change from A4 to other things, and we can add bleeds or slag, and we can add margins. Okay, or we can either come to properties, and if you want to change a document, you can change it over here. Or if we want to only change this page, this page that we have chosen, which is page 8, or you can choose the page number, page 1. I want to change it to landscape, I can change it to landscape. So you see that it only changed only this page, the page 1, without affecting the other pages. Okay, so that's one way of also changing the sizes of the page. So let's go to back and let's undo it so that it comes back to where it is. Okay, so as we go on, we will look at some things so that it will help us. Now, what if we want to, you see that this is a line straight, we want to change it and maybe do it something like a landscape. What we can do is we can right click over here and view pages, and you can change it to horizontal. Okay, now it has turned to horizontal, so it will be easy for us to move through pages without having to scroll down to change them. Now, if we have been able to know this, you can also change the size of the pages. You can also change the size of the pages. Okay, so now you have the pages panel here, and now the size is at medium. If you want to be extra large, you can change it and click OK. You've seen that the size of the pages has changed. You can also go back to the panel options and then change it back to medium. You can also check the transparency and also other settings that you can play around with it at your free time or your own will. Now, with everything, we have layers on pages. We have what we call layers. Now we cannot see the layers because the layers has been hidden. So let's go to Windows and check layers, and now we have our layers over here. So the layers is like a normal Photoshop, use normal Photoshop layers. Now anything that I put on this page will come on the layer 1. So if I want to put it on a new layer, I have to create a new layer. Okay, then I'll put it in. That's how it works. So now if you want to delete a layer, just come here and delete a layer. If you want to add to like this, and you add a layer to it. Okay, so and each layer 2 shows the page 2 layer 1, page 2 layer 1. So that's how it is. Now so let's move on and let's see what we can also do with the page. Now let's go to something that I want us to look closely and understand it very well. So we have the pages and master pages setup. Now you can see a master here, meaning it is a page master. Let's go back to page 1. A master means a page master, and what we want to know about page master is page master, when I try to define it, it is where we put graphics that we want to see on every page or multiple pages. So now let's say we are designing a calendar, and a calendar too is from January to December, 12 months. 12 months. So if we want to make sure that we do not keep on repeating the headers and other things, then we have to put it in a page master or the master page. It was formerly called parent pages. Now what do we put on page masters or master page? We can put page numbers on the master page. You can put company logo, company headers. You can put reports headers, contact details, links, and other chapters. Now all the things that I mentioned are things that when we try to design something, like for instance a book, we normally repeat these things. So we put them in master pages so that we do not go ahead and be repeating that same thing over and over and over again. So now what can we do over here? We've seen how to add pages. So if you want to add pages, you just come here, create new page and add page. If you want to delete, just come here and delete the pages. And here too, if you want to edit page size, you can come here and edit the page size as we did that at the edit page over here. Now let's look at how to add what we call page numbers. Let's look at how to add page numbers. Now, in order for us to add page numbers, what we have to do is to go into the master page and add the page number there, and the page number shows across all our documents. So the page number will show across all these 8 pages over here. So now what we have to do is let's double right click to go to the A master. So now you see that the A master has been selected. When you come here, you can also come here too and select the A master straight away. So now we are in our A master. So what we will do is now we are coming to add the page number to it. So let me zoom in order for us to see it very well. So now we will take our type 2. We are adding page numbers, so we take our type 2, and now what we will do is we will create a text frame over here. Okay, so we have created our text frame, and after creating a text frame, we will, with the text selected, you won't go and select any other two. You will just be on the text tool and then go to type. So when you go to type, then insert special characters, and then come to markers and click on current page number. So right click on or left click on current page number, and now you see A here. This A over here is a formula. It's a formula that is like adding page numbers. So it's a formula for adding page numbers, and it's also the page number you see over here. So what we have to do is that because the A is a master, let's add our page number. So if you want to add our page number, we will just select it, and first of all, let us increase the font size of the font. So the size of the font will be the same size as what the size of the page or the size of the page number. And let's go ahead and also change the font to a different font so that it becomes bold for us. So let's pick a different font. I'll go ahead and pick this Mont font, and I will choose heavy demo. Okay, so now it has chosen for us heavy demo. Now what I will do is that I want to align this to the bottom and to the right. So already, let's come to properties over here. Let's close our layers panel. So when you come to properties, you'll notice that already this has been aligned to where the left aligned. Okay, so we'll go to what we want to do is we want to make sure that it is aligned to the bottom. So we'll go to what we call objects, and then you look for text frame options. So it's a shortcut is Control B, and what we will do is we will make sure that number is 1. Make sure that you change align from top here and click on bottom. Okay, so right now you can see that the A is somewhere top. Okay, so we click OK, and now you can see that it has been aligned to the bottom. Okay, so now we have A here. So we want to know whether our page masters has been changed, the number has affected on our real page or the page that we are working on. So now we will move from the A master to what we call the page that we are working on, our normal pages. So we click on, we go to page 1. So now let's look at it. Now we can see that the page numbers has been affected. Now you can see we have page 1 or number 1 over here, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, and all our other pages will have their numbers respectively. So this is for instance, if you want to design a book, so you have to have this over there so that your book will be arranged with numbers. So you know that this is number 1, or this is number 2, so that it will be easy for us to know how to bind our books. Now, also one thing that we have to take note is, for instance, if I want to add an image to any of the pages, so let's say if I go to page 4 and I want to add an image, so let's go to file and I'll go look for a place. Now go to your exercise files. So wherever you downloaded your exercise files, go there and look for your inDesign exercise files. And what you have to do is make sure you click on the pages, and now let's bring in an image. So open. Now I'll put this on my page 4. Okay, so now I have it on the page 4. Now where the image is on page 4 and it's not on any other page. So what if I want the page 4 to be my page 1? So what I'll do is that I'll just come here and take it from here and bring it over here. So now my page 1 has become my page 4 has become page 1 now, without going to take the image and bringing it over there. Now let's look at what we can also add to the A master. So now let's say we want to do a report, an annual report. So let's go back to A master and do the annual report that we are talking about. So we can come here and go back to A master. Now let's take our rectangular tool. You go here, pick our rectangular tool. Let's draw a rectangular box over here. So now we will draw it over here, and let's go ahead and change the color. So we can just press Shift X. For us now, we have color on our what we call the stroke. So you can see that the stroke here, there is color on the stroke. So if I just press Shift S, it will just like change the color and send the color to the frame for me, or the rectangle for me, and omit the color on the what you call the stroke. So now you can see it has changed. So let's pick a different color. You can just double click over here, and what we will do is that we pick a color. Okay, so let's pick a color, a darker one. Okay, now we want to add text to it, so we just come here again and you add text to it. So let's draw another text box over here. Okay, and now let's take a different font. Let's go ahead and pick a different font. So I'll still use the font, and I'll click on annual report. I'll type in annual report. So follow very well so that you understand what I'm doing. If not, you won't understand it. So if you have any question, you can add the question in the course session, so that I can be able to attend to it for you. Yes. So make sure you add your questions. If you don't understand anything, make sure you ask and I will attend to it for you. Okay, now so we have added our text to it. Now after adding the text, we want to make sure that we change the text color because it is not visible over here. So I can go back again and Control A to select all, and then come here and I will change the fill of the. So now we can go to the color tool. I'll change it to paper. We will go to colors very soon, and you'll know more about dealing with colors. So now I have the annual report over here, and I want to make sure that it is aligned in the middle. It's aligned in the middle. So I can do is I can just pick it over here, and it will show me where the middle is. You can see that it is trying to align over here. So you see the red over here, it shows that it is aligned to the middle. If you don't want it that way too, you can just come here and Control A and come here and click here, so it aligns to the middle for us. Okay, so that's it. Now we have the annual report over here, so let's go and see whether the annual report came on all the pages. So now we are in the A master, as you can see over here. So now let's move to page 1. Okay, so now we are moving to page 1. So now we move to page 1, and you can see that we have the A master on, or the annual report on all of these pages. Okay, so we have the annual report on all of these pages. This lesson is going to be a little bit long, so kindly endure, take patience, and watch it over and over again if you don't understand anything, and make sure you ask me your questions and I will be glad to answer them for you. So you can see that now we have the annual report on all of the pages. So now what else can we add? We can add logo or anything to it. So let's go back to the A master. You can come here and go straight to the A master. Okay, so you can add any other thing. Let's say for instance logo, we can add them to it. Now what if we have the A master here, but I want to change I want the first page to be annual report, but I want this page to, let's say I want it to be March report, March, like March, or let's say January report, or February or May report. So I want it to be May reports according to the month. Okay, so May report. So what I will do is that now I can't change it. If I come and now I'm not in the master page, I'm on page 2 right now. So let's come here and click on page 2. Now I cannot change it because it is logged. Okay, I did it, the changes in master page. If I go back to the master page and make a change, it will affect all the changes, or it will change everything here. Okay, so I have to change the thing not on the master page but on the page itself. And now the pages are also logged. The pages have been logged. So now if I go and bring my type 2 and I want to change, there's no way I can change it because that it has logged. Click on it yourself and see it has logged. So what we will do is, in order to unlock our master page from the page itself and not in the master page, what we'll do is that we'll click on Shift Control and click. Okay, it will unlock the text frame. And another, you see that there is a line over there. You also, at the back of the text frame, you also click on Shift Control again and click again, and now it unlocks the text for us, and now we can change it. So now Control A to select, or let's select only the annual and click on May. Okay, so we are done. So now what happened? We have the annual report here. We have the annual report here, and here we have the May report. So now let's see this. When you click on W, to send you to the preview mode. Okay, and when you click on Shift W to send you to the presentation mode. That's how you want, when you want to see your final work. So let's click on Escape to go back to our. So now you can see we have our page numbers there. We have our annual report, and we have everything well, and things have been changed for us. So this is how to deal with parent pages or the master pages. We'll look at this when we are designing our books. Okay, so this is a lesson on learning about pages. Now for instance, we can add different things to our pages. For instance, the two here, we can add, let's say, the annual report. You can add it to it. So let's go to the A master and let's try to add something else, and let's see if it will appear and on our pages itself. So let's go for the rectangle tool, and let's do a small rectangle over here. Okay, Now let's shift S to add color to it. You can change the color. Let's go for something like this. Okay, and now let's add another thing, our text to it. Now you can click here, and we can add our annual report over here. So please, I'm sure we are all getting what we are doing. I don't know if I made a mistake with the annual report. I don't know if I've spelled it the same way it's supposed to be spelled, but you get what I'm trying to do over here. Okay, so now we have it. Let's align it to the bottom. You know how we did it. So you come to object with the it's selected, you come to object, text frame options, and then bottom. Okay, so that's it. So basically, let's come here again and add some of the, enlarge it a little bit and change it from the text. Let's change the text. Okay, so let's change it to month, and let's change it to heavy demo. So now we've done this, and let's go to our other pages and see whether we will find, let's leave parent pages and go to other pages whether we find it there. Okay, so now let's see, we have the annual report on all the pages. We have the annual report on all the pages, and we can change this, we can change it on different pages. And as we were able to change what you call this to this, we can do same and change it on every page. Okay, so we can change the annual report here by unlocking it, and maybe it's like this. May you see May report here, April report here, and we can do that on the same things. So now let's look at another thing, how to add parent pages, a different parent pages, which is the B pages. So I'll do it in a different lesson, which will be part 2 of this lesson. Thank you.